I'm Perry Clausen. Today we're going to talk about the Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report. The Summary Report is a compilation of specific information you recorded on your Nitrogen Management Plan template or worksheet. The Summary Report will be sent to you each year by the Coalition and is used to record specific information from the previous crop year. Not all the information on the worksheet is transferred to the Summary Report. In this video, we will refer to the Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report as the Summary Report. The Nitrogen Management Plan template is referred to as the worksheet. Now, back to filling out the Summary Report. For Box 1, fill in the crop year. Box 2, fill in your member ID, and Box 3, your name. This information is for Coalition tracking purposes only. Now enter the date that you are filling out your Summary Report in the space labeled Submittal Date. Now you can fill in the site location information for the parcel or parcels you are reporting. This can be either the assessor parcel number or the management unit. When we send you the summary form, we will also send you the management unit parcel inventory. Include information from each worksheet you completed on a separate line of the summary report. Remember, each worksheet is based on similar crop and nitrogen use rates. Next, fill in the crop information from Box 6 of your worksheet. Included in the Coalition mailing is the crop specifics sheet. It's numbered Form 5. There are two lists, one for annual and one for perennial crops. Next to each crop is a specific code. It's important to use this code in the crop column if it is not already filled out. You can correct the information if it doesn't match the crop code. This is especially important for a perennial crop if an orchard or a vineyard is not in full production. There is a crop code to match each year of a newly planted field, such as almonds year 1, almonds year 2, etc. As you know, there is very little yield in those early years, so it's important for our data analysis to know what stage your planting is at. Next, fill in the total irrigated acreage for each parcel or management unit that comes from Box 10 on your worksheet. Now enter total N applied in pounds per acre. That information is on column 16, row 27 of the worksheet. This number is a sum of all the nitrogen fertilizer, dry, liquid, and foliar applications, nitrogen in manure and compost, carryover in the soil, and nitrogen in the irrigation water. Remember, this is a per acre amount, not the gross amount applied to a field or a management unit. Next, we are going to calculate A over Y, applied nitrogen over yield. You'll need a separate piece of paper for this. So you divide the total available N applied, Box 27, column 16 on the worksheet, by your average actual yield per acre, Box 11. Remember, these are all calculations on a per acre basis. Actual yield is the gross weight of a crop that is removed from a field. Your processor or packing house can give you that number. You divide that gross weight by the number of acres to get your yield per acre. Now we understand there are cases where there is no yield during the reporting period because the crop was not harvested for some reason or the crop is in a non-bearing year. If there is no yield, use the code NY. If the crop is non-bearing, use the code NB. Finally, fill in the production unit from box number 7 of your worksheet for the yield reporting unit. These are indicated in the crop-specific sheet. If you are uncertain of the yield reporting unit, use pounds. Here are a few general guidelines for completing the summary report. This is what you received in the summary report packet, Form 1. The Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report instructions describe how to fill out the Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report, Form 4, including where to find the associated information on the Nitrogen Management Plan that should already be filled out for each crop grown. Form 2 is an illustration of how to take information from the Nitrogen Management Plan worksheet and the Management Unit Parcel Inventory and fill out the Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report. The example also shows how to calculate A over Y and what numbers should be used to determine the total amount of nitrogen applied. Form 3 is the Management Unit Parcel Inventory. It is to be pre-populated by the coalition with all enrolled parcels. Associated with each parcel is a check mark indicating if the parcel is in an area of high vulnerability to groundwater. This form must be returned to the coalition. The Management Unit Parcel Inventory will indicate which parcels are managed for nitrogen in a similar way. These parcels can be grouped together in a single management unit. The inventory also records the specific crop and the actual acreage. Since there may be situations where more than one crop is grown on the same parcel, it is important that you fill out the acreage associated with each parcel and each management unit. These acreages are then summed and entered on the Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report. Parcels requiring a Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report are marked as high vulnerability groundwater. You are not required to fill out a Nitrogen Management Plan Summary Report for parcels not marked as high vulnerability, but it is anticipated that in some cases, growers may be managing all parcels the same way regardless of vulnerability. You can choose to fill out an NMP summary report for all parcels enrolled. For example, if a grower is farming peaches on parcel A, B, and C and manage them all the same, one nitrogen management plan worksheet for all 3 parcels, associate these 3 parcels with the management unit peach farm, or another name you selected on the management unit parcel inventory. On the NMP summary report, fill in peach farm and fill in the numbers from the worksheet for all 3 parcels. If 2 of the 3 parcels are high vulnerability, you could fill out one NMP summary report for either all 3 or just the 2, as long as it is clearly marked on the management unit parcel inventory that is returned with the NMP summary report. The NMP summary report Form 4 is where you record the management unit, see Form 3, the crop, see Form 5, the amount of nitrogen applied, pounds per acre, the amount of applied nitrogen divided by the yield and yield units, see Form 5 for standard units. The coalition will associate the values recorded on the NMP summary report with the parcel information recorded in the management unit inventory. The information from the NMP summary reports will be aggregated on a township level by crop and reported to the Regional Water Board. Individual farmer data will not be submitted to the Regional Water Board. The coalition will report back to its members an estimate of how much nitrogen is removed relative to other growers with the same crop. Form 5 is a list of annual and perennial and crop specifics for crops grown in the coalition region. It is important to use the specific code on the NMP summary report, Form 4, and the production unit listed. The specific crop list has been developed to ensure consistency in reporting between farmers and allows the coalition to relate the A over Y to an estimate of the amount of nitrogen removed. If you do not see your crop listed on the crop specifics form, there's one for perennials and one for annuals, please contact the coalition. It is preferred that all yields be reported in pounds. However, it is recognized that for many crops, production yield is recorded in other ways, such as crates, boxes, bales, etc. The crop specifics form includes standard production units that are associated with a standard pound amount. This information will also be essential in developing more accurate estimates of nitrogen removed.